Now, fans are dying to get back into. Yeah, sorry about this continuity thing. The remote. I'm watching Formula One as I'm recording this, so give me a break, guys. Now, Arise also has a solution. Sorry, this remote keeps coming back. The Formula One is on. Arise.
Live sports, baby. Max Verstappen for the Monaco Grand Prix, and he takes it. Checkered flag.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hello SportsTech. This is Rowan, and today I'm going to focus especially on experiences for the sports fan, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and how different sports leagues have reacted to this. And then we're going to take a look at some really cool solutions that provide enhanced experiences for fans watching at home. Now, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, without any fans in stadiums or in arenas, the different leagues and sports teams reacted in different ways. The NBA became the early trendsetter as they created these really cool watch together parties where they had about 300 fans sitting together virtually. And then all of these fans were displayed on these really large LED screens that were placed courtside. And also they introduced celebrities and former players, athletes in these watch parties as well. Now, another direction was Borussia Mönchengladbach. They created cardboard cutouts of fans and they placed them in their seats. Fans paid for these cutouts to be placed in the stadiums, and they actually raised some money for charity doing that. Fair play to them. But that really wasn't enough. And how are teams and leagues trying to create enhanced experiences for fans at home so that you really feel like you're a part of the action? And there are some really cool solutions out there already, which we're going to get into today. All right, the first solution that I'm going to take a look at is a company called Bybee VR. They provide VR experiences for fans, a company based out of the Valley, and they also have offices in a city I used to call home, Madrid. So Bybee VR recently announced a partnership with EuroLeague Basketball, where they're going to provide a VR pass for the EuroLeague Final Four. So with this pass, you get like unprecedented access, they say, with a virtual control room of your own where you as a fan can decide how you're watching the game. Now you can do this in two ways. You can either do this on your mobile phone, tablet, or your laptop, where you can change the angles, select which camera you're viewing the action from, and basically get really up close to the action. But the more interesting option is actually with a VR headset. I believe it's only with Oculus devices, but what you can essentially do is put on your VR headset and be completely immersed in the action that you are watching. The tickets are available for 15 euros, so quite reasonably priced, but there are only 14,500 of them available for sale. Now, the next company I'm going to talk about is called Beyond Sports. They're a Dutch company and they do some really interesting stuff. They have their own unique visualization platform through which they render sports real time into an animated format. And they have a couple of different formats in which they do it. Their blocky version is their most popular one. You can watch sports real time in a cartoon format. I think that's pretty cool. Now, earlier this year, they were part of the Wildcard NFL game that aired on Nickelodeon. So you could watch this game in Beyond Sports' blocky format with all sorts of additional animations, additional effects added on. It looked really cool, and in fact, it generated a lot of buzz across social media platforms. Now, Beyond Sports also has partnerships with the Premier League, and they have other deals coming up with the NBA. Now, this season, they also had a partnership with the Eredivisie, for whom they launched an app called Game Face, where you could actually watch any of their games on this Game Face app in their blocky format. Now, not only can you watch a football game on this app in an animated format, you can suddenly take all the players and put them on Mars and in spacesuits and in different environments just to create more buzz and more fun. You could also extract moments from these games and share them on social media channels. All in all, it created a lot of buzz for Beyond Sports and the Eredivisie, and it just seems like a fun way to watch a game. I'd do it. The last company that I'm going to talk about today is a French company called Immersive. They have a solution called Arise, which I'm guessing is some sort of pun on AR, ARISE, AR in sports experiences, in stadium experiences. That could actually be right. Arise is a really cool company because they have solutions for two parts of it. They have solutions for you at home as well as if you ever get to go back in the stadium. As far as solutions for at home go, this is some really cool stuff. They had a partnership last year with Bayern Munich basketball and SAP, where during the game, you could project a basketball court on the table in your room or at any flat surface in your watching space. And the players basically were playing right there in front of you. You were doing this using your phone. You could then interact with the display on your phone and pull up stats of each of the players, getting real-time details about the game itself. And then you could also project a life-size image of one of the basketballers in your living space. I don't know if you really want to invite them into your watch experience, but hey, it was an option. So Arise really did some cool stuff with basketball, and which they're rolling out with the EuroLeague. Expect more news from them soon. Now, Arise also had a partnership with the DFL, where they rolled out something for the Bundesliga. Now, this is another really interesting experience. So while you're watching the game in the stadium, you can hold up your phone to the field of play, and again, with AR, all the players get highlighted up on your screen. You can interact with them, you see the lineups, and you can interact with the players live as they're playing in the field in front of you. So on your device, you get stats, you get all sorts of information about the game as it's happening. Immersive has also recently announced partnerships with the KNVB, with Dutch football, through their Reimagine Football initiative, which has a bunch of other partners. They got accepted into a program run by Real Madrid. So they also have all these partnerships with some of the biggest teams and leagues in the world. So some cool things to look out for. All right, so that was a quick look at some of the hottest tech out there when it comes to fan experiences. So where does this all go? Well, for starters, I think it becomes more and more pervasive. All of the companies that we've mentioned have either run small pilots or basically done soft rollouts of their solution. It's not gone full blast. The EuroLeague with Bybee VR is the closest to a full rollout. And I think some of the issues with that have been actually the VR technology itself, the fact that it's not as pervasive as we'd imagined it would be at this point. Now, the moment that happens, it's clear that the underlying tech is already available. There are so many cool ways for you, a sports fan, to experience your live sport of your choice. So look out for more and more cool stuff to be built on this underlying tech in the near future. But already, we're in a pretty good place. All right, guys, that's a wrap for another episode of Hello SportsTech. Make sure to hit us up on our social channels and especially the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate the support. Now it's time for me to get back to my Grand Prix. See you next week. Get in there, Max.